Can you see the PowerPoint? Yes, perfect. So I think most of you guys are here. Let's start the second part of the class. We finished this and we, as you know, we're practicing with adverbs. Now let's continue with this, okay? We have yet one more listening. Check better what I say. We have yet one more listening. This is another form, right? Meaning there is still something remaining, okay? Last class, we did a lot of writing. This class, we do a lot of listening. So I'm going to play the audio, okay? And check the instructions. Listen again to some of the things the speakers say. Complete the comments below with expressions from the box. There are 2 extra expressions, okay? So 2 you won't use, okay? 2 you won't use. You have from 1 to 5, okay? And you have to complete, okay? So let me play the audio. You don't need
you multitask. B, listen again to some of the things the speakers say. Complete the comments below with expressions from the box. There are 2 extra expressions. 1.
You can't possibly expect people to do 3 or 4 things at the same time and do each thing properly.
2.
Inevitably, I end up making mistakes when I try to do more than one thing at once. It's usually better to take your time.
3.
That's what drives me crazy. Trying to have a conversation with someone and they're checking messages on their phone. Invariably, I just make an excuse and leave.
4.
I don't know about you, but I couldn't possibly just sit and watch a TV show. I have to do other stuff at the same time.
5.
I can see you can listen to music and study. It helps you concentrate, presumably. I mean, that kind of multitasking seems fine.
excellent. Very good. Is this okay with one time? I think it was easy enough. Yes?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Daniel, please read number 1.
You can't possibly expect people to do 3 or 4 things at the same time and do each thing properly.
Very good. Okay. Who else do we have here? Mildred, please read number 2.
Yeah. Inevitably, I don't know the pronunciation. Inevitably.
Inevitably? No? Inevitably?
Can you repeat it, please?
Inevitably.
Inevitably. I end up making mistake when I try to do more than one thing at once. It's usually better to take your time.
Perfect. Okay, Areli, welcome. We're doing another listening activity on page 25. Okay. And they are completing the answer to number 1. So if you want to write it out and then listen, it's
okay. Thank you.
number 1 was, let me tell you, can't possibly. Number 2, inevitably. Okay. Letty, please, number 3.
Yeah. That's what drives me crazy. Trying to have a conversation with someone and they're checking message on the phone. Invariably, just make an excuse and leave.
Excellent. Invariably. Okay, Jasmine, number 4. Jasmine, are you there? Hello, hello. Okay, or better, number 4.
Yes, miss. And I don't know about you, but I couldn't possibly just sit and watch a TV show. I have to do other stuff at the same time.
Very good. Other stuff. Okay, excellent. And finally, Eric, number 5.
I can see you. I can see you can listen to music and study. It helps you concentrate. Presumably, I mean, that kind of multitasking seems fine.
Excellent. Very good. Okay, perfect. Jasmine also saying her microphone doesn't work. Don't worry, Jasmine. Then I won't ask you. All of the answers are correct. I'll repeat the answers. Number 1, can't possibly. Number 2, inevitably. 3, invariably. 4, couldn't possibly. 5, presumably. Okay, excellent. So this is our practice of adverbs. Okay, later we will have more. That is for the next session. And we have something about the position of the adverbs. This was just an introduction through listening, because as you can see, all of the activities were all about listening. Now, to complement the session more, we're going to have some speaking time, okay? Some speaking time, and we're going to be talking about dream jobs. We're going to switch books to the Cambridge Objective Advanced, page 34, okay? And the first activity is speaking. It says, work with a partner, discuss these questions. Okay, so these are 2 questions I want you to discuss in pairs, okay? And after, when I close the breakout rooms, I want 3 teams to share their answers, okay? So I'm going to create breakout rooms and you're going to work in pairs. Please, as you know, the breakout room doesn't let me share the screen with all of the rooms. So please take a picture of the questions, okay? Just to have them there ready, your discussion questions, all right? Okay, just a second, let me create the breakout rooms. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so room 1 is going to be Alma and Ismael. Okay, room 2, oh, oops. Hold on, I added Areli. Okay, move to, Areli is going to be room 2. And she's going to be working with, well, Jasmine cannot work. Jasmine, your microphone you said doesn't work, right? Same goes for, who said, Constanza? Can you guys confirm through the chat? If not, not to assign you to a breakout room. So, Areli,
I'm ready, teacher.
you're ready, Jasmine? Okay,
Yeah.
Areli, Jasmine. Constanza, just confirm, please.
Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then Constanza and Daniel. Number 4, Armando and Gloria. Number 5, Letty and Eric. And number 6, Mildred and Beth. Okay. Please discuss these questions, and when I close the breakout rooms, after a few minutes, then we share the answers, okay? Okay, everybody's getting back to the main session. Let's just wait for the rest so we can continue. Okay, everybody's here now. All right, I believe all of the groups finished with the 2 conversation questions, right? Yes? Okay. So who would like to share their answers to questions number 1 and 2? We need 3 teams.
Me, Gloria, I don't know if Armando wants to do it. But I say.
Okay, then Gloria and Armando, you share. You're one team. Then Areli, who was your partner?
Jasmine.
Okay, Areli and Jasmine. And another group?
Well, as Gloria says, I'm not sure if Mildred wants, but
But I'm here.
She doesn't have an
But I'm
option
here.
now because you raised your hand, so she doesn't have an option now. So last ones to share, Bere and Mildred, right? Okay, so let's check. Gloria, you go first and then Armando. What would be your dream job and why?
Okay, I told Armando that I'm really happy about being a teacher, but if I don't know, when I was a child, my dad would watch Indiana Jones all the time, so I wanted to be an archaeologist and I wanted to be like Indiana Jones. So I know it's silly, but I know I wanted to be, you know, traveling around the world and taking care of animals. That was the main part of it. So if I could choose, I would be an archaeologist, I think. I don't think that's something really popular nowadays, but
It's not.
it's not.
More archaeologists.
No, but that I would be, I don't know, exploring Tutankhamun's tomb or something like that. I don't know.
Probably, or you know, the Mayan pyramids.
Yeah,
And
I would love to do that. Yes.
Mexico has a lot of, I mean, it's rich in history.
I know. So that would be my dream job. I would be like exploring ruins and I don't know, riding elephants or something like that.
Excellent. Armando, what about you? What would be your dream job and why?
Well, my dream job is this. I like to be teacher a lot of. I talk with Gloria that I have a lot of time for my family, all the weekend, the same vacations, and the salary is not as bad as we can live very well. My wife is a teacher too, so we can spend time together a lot of time. So for me, it's perfect to be a teacher. It's my dream job.
Wow, excellent. Glad to hear that, because when you love what you do, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Just one suggestion, when you say, I love being a teacher a lot of, we don't use a lot of in that position, actually, or usually after of, we mention what, okay? So it would be different, something like, I love being a teacher, or I really like being a teacher, but not a lot of, okay? All right. And guys, Gloria and Armando, some people say there is no such thing as a dream job. Well, this one we will do at the end, okay? First, let's hear the other teams. Areli, what would be your dream job and why?
Well, I was discussing with Jasmine and we were talking about our dream jobs. My dream job would be being a ballet dancer, a professional ballet dancer. I love ballet since I practiced ballet since I was 5 years old. So, but as an amateur way, no, not as a professional. I've danced in different theaters in Mexico City, and I love dancing. I love being on stage, and practicing it in a professional way and being paid would be awesome, right? So
course.
to practice in not only in different theaters, in different countries, no, to be in European ballets and all those things. That would be nice. But as I told her, there are pros and cons, and that would be, we will discuss this after, no? But
Mhm.
I would say that it's not well paid.
Oh,
So
okay.
that would be an issue that I see in my dream job.
Very good. Okay. And you said you performed before. You didn't get the stage fright?
A stage what?
Stage fright? Like you were perplexed and couldn't do anything, couldn't move because you were so afraid of
No,
seeing all of those people?
no, I practiced since I was 5, so maybe we are like
You're used to that.
used to that. But yes, in all my every time I play different roles, we act in different parts, and people reaction is important. So we are nervous at the beginning of each performance.
Exactly. Very good.
I would share a video one day in the
Perfect. In a group. Excellent.
I'm not a professional, but I try to do it nice.
Perfect. Who was your partner?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Okay. What about you, Jasmine? Your dream job and why?
Wow, my dream job, I think it's a flying assistant because I love traveling and to be in a different parts of the world in a short time. I think it would be a very good experience for me.
Okay.
So flying assistants, and I think it's well paid.
Okay. Fly assistant or fly attendant, right? Any of
Flight
those?
attendant, yeah, flight attendant, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Next team, Bere.
Yes, Miss. Well, we were talking about our dream job, and we agreed with being a traveler or voyager. Yes, because I was working with Mildred, and she mentioned something very important, that there is a person who she follows, and he travels a lot, eats a lot in the most luxurious restaurants around the world. So he gets everything by free. So I told her that could be mine too, of course. But as I have kids, that's gonna be impossible for me because I can't be traveling or leaving them alone and me traveling by myself and forgetting about my kids. No, that's important. As Armando says, I'm really well. I really love teaching. I really love doing my activities, even though I don't agree with him because we are not well paid. Well, not where I work, and we have to work a lot because we have to prepare. Due to pandemic, we work more than other time. No, so well, we also were saying that, of course, we have advantages and disadvantages about our job dreams. In my case, one of my, well, that's, we're going to discuss later, no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well,
Next question.
but that's, we agreed about being a traveler.
Excellent. All right, Mildred, I think you're Bere's partner, right?
Yes.
Mildred.
Yeah, as Bere mentioned, we were talking about being a traveler because, well, I already found the name of this program that I usually watch, and well, it's about a man that travels to the luxurious and glamorous hotels to taste food and to receive all the facilities, or to enjoy all the facilities of these places. And no, it's not Alan por el Mundo. His name is Esteban Merced, and the program is My Favorite Hotels. And well, I would like to be like him because, well, he travels a lot and he earns by doing that because he has his own program. That's why, and that will be also my dream job.
That sounds like the dream.
Yes.
I told her about Alan, and I said like a YouTuber, and she said no, it's another. So I didn't know until
Yeah,
now.
his name is Esteban Mercer, and the program is Mis Hoteles Favoritos.
Interesting. I see two people raising hands. Letty, do you have a comment?
Yeah, I would like to share some information for people
Sure.
who. Can I share my screen, please?
Yes. Yes. Let me stop sharing mine. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about this, well, with Eric, and I think I think you need to allow me, like other participants.
Sorry, I thought it was, I mean, I did it last session, but I had to do it again. Ready.
Yeah, well, this is a website. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is a
this one.
website.
Awesome.
It's an international organization in case you are a teacher and you are interested in traveling around the world. I think this is the best option. As you can see, well, there are many things here, including the certifications for teachers, but one of the best things is once that you join to this organization, you have a lot of benefits. In that, it includes, you can apply for this kind of positions. I think there is like everything for everyone because you have online positions, but also you have positions in other countries. For example, this is in Beijing, and you go there. Well, it depends of the position, but usually it's for 1 year. So you have the job descriptions, the requirements, the salary, the benefits, and some of them are only online or part-time. In this case, it's 6 months. Well, you have here the requirements. You need a certification or 1 or 2 years experience, and some of them you need to have a C2 level. Well, that is something I think everyone here is achieving, right? It's trying to achieve. But you can do this also online, or you can go to any country that you want. Just need to fill the requirements. Yeah, that's the great part of
Thank you for sharing that. Remember that sharing is caring.
I can share it in the WhatsApp.
Yes.
So you have to choose the country and just be sure to speak a little language of the country you are going to go, and that's all.
And you know what? These kind of jobs are amazing because of something Bere said. We are not well paid. It depends. Believe me, I have friends and maybe this is bad advice, I don't know, because it's being recorded. I have friends that stopped teaching in Mexico, and they teach Chinese students and they make a lot of money. And this is an online position, save money on gas, and they pay you from 300 pesos to 600 pesos the hour. And it's okay. The bad thing, it's going to be at night or 2, 3, 4 a.m. because of the time differences. Okay, but some of my friends, they sleep after the classes and then the rest of the day is free. The pay is good. It has pros and cons, but I believe one of the good things is, as Letty was saying, you immerse yourself in culture. You learn. When you work with people from other nationalities, you learn. And believe me, you polish being a teacher, because we are so used to Mexican student understanding us. That happened to me because I had the opportunity to work at a Japanese school, and nobody spoke Spanish or English. It was very difficult to teach elementary grades in that language, and I just know basic Japanese expressions. So it was a challenge. Even the smallest things, for example, when you're teaching and you said, today, you mean it's present, right? Or if you say tomorrow or yesterday, well, kids understand in Mexico, but the Japanese kids know, because they don't see time in a line. They don't. So they go like, what do you mean? Or you say, well, the cat goes meow meow. For them, there's a different sound, not meow. So it's a challenge and you learn. It's like going to boot camp for teachers. But those teaching jobs, they are very good. Also, I understand some of you have babies, but if you want to gain experience and good salaries, there are a lot of offers, guys. There are a lot of offers on which you can, I was considering actually, and I was considering with my family, and we said, it's just we have a business here, that's why we didn't, but we were this close to take a job position that they offered me in Japan. It was a 1-year job, and if you convert the money in pesos, it was 80,000 a month pesos. It was a lot of money. Yes, Japan is probably more expensive, but 80,000, so 80,000 each month, it's a lot of money for working from 8 a.m. to 2. And then they would pay, they offered to pay the round trip for me and my family, and they were supposed to pay for the renting of the house and transportation for all of the school year. So it was good.
Yeah, these positions offer a lot of good things, as you say, like accommodation, transportation, meals. So take the opportunity, guys. It's really good.
Yes. And sometimes they I mean, some countries like China and Japan, they move you with your family. So even though you have kids, you can do it. All right? Excellent. After the commercial,
20 members of my family.
Nobody,
My
just
granny,
you
my-
and your kids, not 3 nannies, and the dog and the cat. Gloria with the
And the
dogs.
parrot.
the parrot and everything. No, they
Parrot,
only those families.
cat. No?
Husband, wife, kids. Only that.
Okay.
Not all of your family for a year vacation, no. But yeah. Okay. And the second question, some people say there is no such thing as a dream job because every job turns out to have advantages and disadvantages. What do you think? Okay, some people that didn't participate. What do you think, Gloria?
Well, regarding to my crazy dream job like the archaeologist, I would be that maybe the salary, since it is not that popular. I don't think archaeologists are that popular now. Maybe the salary is not good. And Armando and I discussed that maybe the distance that I wouldn't be able to take my family with me through the jungle and my dogs. And
Through the jungle.
yes, so that could be a disadvantage.
Excellent. Very good. That would be a full disadvantage. Anything else about disadvantages? No? Just traveling with family and mosquitoes, maybe. Mosquitoes would be a disadvantage.
Good.
All right.
Insects. Well, I hate insects. Spider.
Sleeping in the middle of the jungle or sleeping in the middle of nowhere without a bed. All right. Excellent. Alma, did you share with us number 1? No, right? Okay. So what do you think of number 2?
Yes, I was saying, Ismael, that I am a teacher too, and I enjoy my job a lot. But of course, all the different jobs have disadvantages and advantages. And one disadvantage of my job is that I have a lot of work to do after classes. It's not the time, only the time that you spend during a class. No, you have to spend more time preparing the classes and preparing activities, many things. No, and nobody knows that. I mean, only as teachers we can understand this part. No, but nobody else knows that. People think that, oh, you work only from Monday to Friday, and you have Saturday and Sunday free. no, I don't have too much time, no, because the time that I have, I mean, on Saturdays and Sundays, it's supposed that I have to be with my family or I supposed to be doing other things, but now I am preparing classes and grading exams and many other things. No, so maybe it could be a disadvantage, no, of this job. But anyway, I don't see myself doing any other thing. That's what I like to do. Maybe I would include traveling, no, because it's something that I like to. But well, maybe it's not very possible in this moment. I was thinking, for example, what Letty was sharing. Well, it's a big change, but I think that these are the disadvantages of being a teacher.
Okay, very good. Yeah, people believe that teachers have a job with a lot of vacations, but if only they knew what you have to do during those vacations. Okay,
And a lot of money, Miss. People really think that we earn lots of money, and that's not true.
yeah. And they said it's paid vacations, but it's different.
You know, it's hard-earned vacation because we do work a lot and do a lot of stuff.
A lot of extra hours that are not paid.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, that's what Armando and I were discussing, that we don't get paid based on what we do, because we only get paid according to the classes or the classes that we teach. But all the preparation and all the grading, all the lesson planning, we don't do that in the actual class.
Very good. What do you think, Daniel? You're the third person to discuss number 3.
Number 3. Number 3.
Number
What? Number 2. Okay. I think that dream job actually doesn't exist because there is always something wrong or something that we see bad in a job. For example, sometimes it's the schedule, sometimes it's because they work on weekends, as Perez, no. Who says that teachers only work from Monday to Friday, but they have homework on weekends? I don't
Armando,
remember.
I didn't say that. I couldn't. It couldn't be possible me.
We think that teachers only work from Monday to Friday, but sometimes they have extra work at home on weekend when they were supposed to be resting. There is always something we see bad, and I wanted to be, well, I want to be a scientific research, but I know there will be disadvantages, for example, time, or for example, I'm gonna use something that I'm familiar with, not because I work that way, but because I know people who will work in this position. For example, a public service in the army. They get a good pay for the things they do, but they have no time for their families. So yeah, they are getting a good money. They are losing or missing a lot of moments they could share in family. For example, birthdays, Christmas, parties, family meetings, all those things. They are getting money, but they are sacrificing their families. So I see that's one of the disadvantages. So dream job doesn't exist jobs where we feel more comfortable than others. That's what I will say.
Comfortable. Excellent. Very good. All right. So after discussing and after switching from one skill to another, because we were working with listening, now we work with speaking. Now it's time to work with a little bit of reading comprehension, and we're going to work with an exercise that usually comes in exams. Okay, normally in this kind of exams you are given a text, and one of the main activities you most of the times find is choose the best summary of the paragraph. Okay, I don't know if some of you has experience with this kind of exams, and this is typical. So here is the text we're going to be working on. Remember, we're working on the Cambridge Objective Advanced book, page 34. This is the reading. Let's read it together and then we will do the activity. But the activity is that, okay? We have to find the summary of each paragraph. The reading is divided in 2 paragraphs. And this is something I need to mention. It's the exam spot, okay? A good reading skill is to scan a paragraph and to summarize the main idea expressed. This skill is especially useful for paper 1, part 7 and 8 of reading and use of English. So scanning, okay, it's very useful. Let's read it together and then I'll let you scan, all right? So Alma, please, number 1, Eric, number 2, Jasmine, number 3, Constanza, number 4, and Gloria, number 5.
Okay, a really determined person will always succeed. The majority of people think that their dream job is too hard to achieve, too competitive, and believe that it is all a matter of luck. All this is true actually, but why should that stop anyone from trying to get the job they really want? A really determined person will always succeed, and in many ways needs other people to give up trying so that he or she can succeed.
Okay, many job seekers feel limited by the choices they made at college or university. They may think that because they study marketing, all they can ever do is work in marketing. All the evidence shows that, in fact, employers are less interested in acquiring knowledge than their ability to think and learn. It is also very difficult to predict the needs of society. For example, if a person chooses to study dentistry because there was a lack of dentists when they were in high school, that may not be the case when they graduate. The needs of employers and the economy can change very quickly and often unexpectedly. Research from the Higher Education Careers Services Unit found that in 2016 and 2007, twice as many psychology graduates as civil engineers were out of work. 4 years later, after the crash of the construction industry in the UK, more civil engineering graduates than psychologists were unemployed.
Of course, if it's a very tough time economically, it is hard to find employment straight after university, but it is by no means impossible. It might take several months longer to find a job after graduating, but there is a work out there. My chosen career has always been competitive, but I never thought about the other people going for the same jobs. It might be human nature to compare your progress to your peers, but perhaps the best advice will be to try not to be focused on what you want and how you are going to get it. After all, it might appear that a friend who has really well-paid job is doing well, but how do you know what their job is actually like? They may be working 12-hour days, have unreasonable boss, or be stressed out.
Sorry.
Or be stressed out trying to meet unrealistic targets.
In place, even if it is sketchy ones, have both short-term and long-term aims. In my final year at university, my short-term aims were to gain experience at a local newspaper. My long-term aim was always to get a job at a national paper. It sounds easy for me to say it now, but I always thought that with really hard work, dedication, and willingness to put myself out and a bit of luck, I could get my dream job. It is also essential to be completely dedicated to the business you want to get into. Know as much as possible about it, then you can feel part of it and understand how it works.
A really key piece of advice is never get downhearted by rejection, because there will probably be a lot. You can achieve your dream job, whatever it is. You must never give up. Be prepared to work hard and for long hours without necessarily climbing up the career ladder. There is a lot to be said for learning your trade from the bottom up. At the start, there will probably be little money, but it will be worth it in the end. The best jobs are not supposed to be easy. That is what makes them challenging. If you like a challenge, just keep your head down and go for it.
Excellent. Okay, now let's do this. The activity is this. Choose the best summary of each paragraph. Arely, you're raising your hand. Do you have a question?
No, it was for the past exercise, but I forgot it.
So it says, choose the best summary of each paragraph. Paragraph 1, and you have 3 options. What summarizes the paragraph better? And then paragraph 2, okay? If you want to take a picture of this, then you choose 1 A, B, or C, 2 A, B, or C, and then I'm going to go back to the reading and give you some minutes to do this, okay? Please raise your Zoom hands when you finish the activity, okay? When everybody's done, we continue. Can I go back to the other slide? No?
Yes, teacher.
And then we have to do the same with paragraph 3, okay? This is the one for paragraph 3. And after selecting the best summary for paragraph 3, you have to write 2 sentences that summarize the 2 main ideas in the 4th paragraph. Okay? So please take a picture. Please tell me when ready. Ready? We understand what we're going to do. So choose the best one. Describes the paragraph 1, 2, and 3 the best. After, write 2 sentences like these ones that are going to summarize the 2 main ideas of the paragraph number 4. Okay, do we have any questions? No? Sure?
The 2 main ideas for paragraph 4?
Your microphone is closed.
No? Can you listen to me? Yes, no.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the 2. Yes or no?
Yes, now.
Okay, the two ideas, the 2 main ideas for paragraph 4?
Yes.
Okay.
2. Okay, any other question? All right, then let's please do this, okay? Let's do this activity. I'm going to stop the recording for a while we finish, okay? And I'm going to go back to the reading so that we start. Okay.
Wildlife. The word abundance has a positive connotation, suggesting it's a good thing to have such a wildlife. If you say an area was swarming with insects, swarming has a negative connotation, suggesting you didn't like the fact that there were so many insects.
Exactly. So connotation is the feeling, okay? The mood that is suggested by a word in particular, okay? For example, what Letty read, abundance of wildlife. Abundance is positive, okay? But swarming with insects is like infested. That is a negative connotation, okay? unless you love insects, but usually that is a negative connotation. Abundance, the word itself says there's a lot of something, and when there's abundance,
Plenty of.
plenty of abundance of food, of fun, of money, of free time, it gives you a good connotation, a good sense. That is connotation. Okay. Next class, we're going to be discussing this. Okay, because some words, when you write, you need to check the connotation you're trying to give. Okay. Or sometimes, you know, even though the word is not negative, but it has a negative sense, it changes the whole sentence or the whole idea you were trying to express. Okay, so we're going to be talking about connotation. And
Teacher,
yes,
it's for example, the word blue, that when you say I am blue, it's not that you are blue, but blue means that you are sad. Is that a connotation?
in the case of blue, it's just that blue has different meanings, and one of them is feeling like melancholic. But connotation is not just the meaning, is the word itself has a negative idea or expresses a negative idea or a positive one. Okay, just to make the differences. Okay, and you know, in English, we normally try to avoid double negatives. So we will learn when a word is negative by itself and you don't need anything else. Okay. And we're going to do this activity also next class to have more writing practice, okay? Now, guys, before we leave, do you have any questions about today's class? After the next session, we will have a test, okay? So the next session, try not to miss it, because remember, the test is based on particular areas and topics we've covered, okay? Any questions?
No, teacher, thank you.
No? All right. So
No, teacher, so far is good.
thanks a lot for being here, Eric, and everybody for being here on time. And thanks for, you know what, you're going to kill me. I stopped the recording for some minutes because of the activity we were doing, and then I forgot to record. So we missed in the recorded class the audio listening. But if you want me to send you the audios, I can send them, okay? In the group, if you want to practice, right? So I hope you have an excellent week, and wait for me on Monday and Tuesday when I'm back home to send you the feedback and the corrections of your writing, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good.
Teacher, can I talk to you a minute, please, at the end of the class? Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, guys. See you.
See you. Have a nice weekend.
Guys, bye.
I have